It seems like Candace Owens is finally opening up the full story behind the Erika Kirk Romania situation, and the details she's revealing are causing a major stir. Erika was reportedly running a ministry overseas, but locals began whispering that the operation wasn't as straightforward as it was portrayed. Instead, people in the area claimed the group was moving children from one place to another under unclear circumstances, making the entire setup seem far more complex than anyone expected. Now, a Romanian woman who says she knows exactly what Romanian angels allegedly did is stepping forward to share her side of the story, and her words are drawing serious attention. She's discussing issues that people in the community have been curious about for years, and the way she's laying it all out has the internet buzzing nonstop. Here's the latest on Erika Kirk and her Romania connection. For weeks, people have been tagging Candace Owens, urging her to dig into the situation instead of ignoring it. Now, it seems she finally listened, officially stepping into the conversation. And she's not doing it quietly. Candace is sharing receipts, breaking things down, and making it clear she isn't afraid to discuss a topic that most people tread lightly around. The situation just got a lot louder, and the online reactions are intense. Of course, Candace has to be careful and stay within the lines. She can't accuse Erika of anything without solid proof, but she's definitely dropping hints that have everyone watching extra closely. She's not stating things outright, but she sure knows how to ignite a conversation without crossing any lines. Online, people are treating every post like a clue straight out of a mystery movie. Just recently, Candace hopped on X and shared something that immediately had people raising their eyebrows. She wrote that there's something very shady happening with mega churches and tracking, urging people to dig deeper into the stories that keep resurfacing. She ended with the classic line, "Always follow the money." You could practically hear the internet collectively gasp. Even though Candace didn't mention Erika by name, her followers wasted no time connecting the dots themselves. In the comments, they acted like detectives, dissecting every word she wrote and trying to figure out who she was referencing without her having to say it directly. It gets even more intriguing. The article Candace linked wasn't random. It focused on a former Christian evangelist pastor tied to Greg Laurie's California megachurch, who had been accused of inappropriate behavior in a completely different context. Candace didn't explain why she picked that particular story, but the timing and subject had everyone talking nonstop. Things are heating up, and the way people are reacting shows this topic is only gaining momentum. You guessed it, Romania. But that's not the only detail raising eyebrows. Another piece of the puzzle is that Pastor Greg Laurie actually knows Erika Kirk, and people online are definitely noticing that connection. Just a few weeks ago, he even posted a video on Instagram showing Erika handing him Charlie Kirk's Medal of Freedom. The whole moment immediately had viewers asking questions. So, with Candace dropping these subtle hints about digging deeper into stories involving evangelical churches, Romania, and possible links to Erika Kirk's charity work, people are beginning to wonder what exactly Erika was involved with overseas. And believe me, curiosity is spreading quickly because the timing of everything feels almost too perfect to ignore. First, the Romanian angel situation isn't just some wild rumor. It's something Erika was openly involved in through her nonprofit, Everyday Heroes Like You. That fact is confirmed, documented, and available for anyone to check. She started that nonprofit when she was still very young, already traveling, organizing projects, and passionately talking about faith-based service work. Erika even explained all of this in an old interview with Arizona Foothills magazine, where she shared how her journey began. She mentioned that back in 2006, at just 17 years old, she founded Everyday Heroes Like You, describing how the project grew from a simple idea into something much bigger. She talked about wanting to support communities, create connections, and bring hope to people in various parts of the world, including Romania. These details aren't coming out of nowhere, which is why people online are reacting so strongly. Each new piece of information makes the story feel larger, deeper, and far more layered than anyone anticipated. In the interview, Erika shared that within just 2 years, her nonprofit had expanded globally with a program she called the Romanian Angels Project. She explained that they partnered with the United States Marine Corps to assist an orphanage in Constanța, Romania. That collaboration aimed to deliver supplies, gifts, and general support to the children there. And yes, that part is documented. An old promo video still exists on Erika's Vimeo page, showing her visiting the orphanage while U.S. service members hand out presents and interact with the kids. But this is where questions started popping up, and the timing is what really set the internet buzzing. Erika mentioned she founded her nonprofit at 17, and just 2 years later, she was running an international project with backing from the U.S. military. That's a massive leap for someone so young. Online, people couldn't help but wonder how it all came together so quickly. Many are asking how a 19-year-old managed to secure that level of funding, resources, and global access for an overseas mission, especially in a country that most Americans hardly think about. It's uncommon for someone that age to launch a project on a completely different continent with major institutional support. Naturally, these questions began spreading fast. And then there's the big question: why Romania specifically? Out of all the countries in the world, why did her nonprofit focus on that particular location? The timing, the connections, the partnerships, it all makes the story feel far more layered than it initially seemed. That's exactly why people are paying closer attention. This is where the story starts taking a serious turn, and everything begins to feel much more complicated. At the end of that Romanian Angels promo video, there's a thank you message addressed to Colonel Busher from the U.S. Army, along with recognition for a group called Association United Hands Romania. That detail alone had people pausing because it suddenly linked Erika's charity work to an organization that, according to Romanian media reports, was connected to a military base near a city in southeastern Romania along the Black Sea. That detail immediately sparked chatter online because the location has a history of complicated and unusual activity. If you look at public records for that air base, you'll see it has long been surrounded by discussions about transparency, operations, and past controversies, which led viewers to wonder why Erika's nonprofit ended up connected to the same network. It's the kind of detail that doesn't prove anything on its own, but it certainly makes people lean in closer and pay attention. This is where the story shifts from, that's odd, to wait, what exactly was happening over there? A 2010 article from a Romanian newspaper, once translated, featured a headline about a former translator from the American base claiming inappropriate behavior and questionable activities taking place around the area. The article outlined a messy situation involving adults, high-ranking officials, and behavior that didn't align with the rules or expectations of any official operation. To be clear, those allegations were connected to the base itself, not Erika, her nonprofit, or her project. But the fact that her charity work took place in the same region where these headlines circulated years earlier has people online digging deeper and questioning why so many unusual details keep intersecting. This story has so many layers, and each new piece sends the internet into another spiral of questions and theories. According to the translated article, the woman at the center of the situation filed a formal complaint with DICOT, which is a Romanian agency responsible for high-level investigations involving organized crime and complex cases. That alone shows just how serious she believed her concerns were, since DICOT is the kind of agency people contact when they want a full, thorough investigation handled by the book. Looking closer at the translated write-up, it mentions a separate case involving two Romanian girls, Alexandra and Lucia. Reporters at the time noted that some sources thought there might be questionable activity around the U.S. military base worth examining. Again, nothing was officially proven, but the fact that journalists were even raising these questions made the entire situation feel much heavier than expected. The article also references a translator named Anna Maria Shu, someone who had worked with NATO and interacted with personnel in that area. She stated that adults were engaging in inappropriate behavior within the military unit and felt it was her duty to report what she witnessed, as it didn't align with the standards expected from anyone in an official role. Her allegations focused on misconduct among adults, not minors, and she emphasized that she wanted the authorities to investigate so everything could be clarified. The article even included a screenshot showing that Anna Maria had officially filed paperwork with Romanian authorities, which made people take her claims more seriously, enough to spark public conversation. Seeing her name tied to a formal document added a new level of intensity to the story, and viewers who read the translation couldn't stop discussing it. Every new detail made the situation feel increasingly layered and complex. It's no surprise that the internet is still trying to piece together what really happened. The translated article takes things in an even wilder direction. It says that Anna Maria and Shu reported to the prosecutor's office about what she believed was inappropriate activity occurring within the military base, feeling the matter required full official attention. She formally pushed her concerns, expecting both American and Romanian authorities to investigate and uncover the truth. The article explains that an investigation was initiated, but then a major detail shifted everything. Officials cited an agreement signed in 2001 between Romania and the United States, which granted the U.S. full authority over matters involving American personnel stationed there. Essentially, Romania stepped back and said, "You handle this," leaving the expectation that the U.S. would manage the inquiry entirely. But this is where it got messy. Translators and locals quoted in the article claimed that after the handoff, nothing significant came from the U.S. side, leaving the situation unresolved and with no public outcome. Anna Maria said she had submitted what she believed to be genuine evidence. But once the case was passed into international military channels, everything seemed to vanish behind closed doors. She felt like the system had swallowed the entire situation. Layers of military procedure, NATO protocols, and international agreements made it nearly impossible for ordinary citizens to get clear answers. Whether that was entirely accurate or not, it fueled public frustration and raised countless questions that people in the region are still discussing today. On top of that, the original article references a separate missing persons case that locals are still seeking clarity on, adding yet another layer of mystery. As new details emerge, the situation continues to grow more complex and tangled. One user on X even shared a claim that roughly 200 American soldiers abruptly left Romania right after news about the missing girls surfaced, sparking a fresh wave of speculation online. People started connecting dots, forming theories, and debating whether these events were linked or simply coincidental. Of course, none of these claims were ever officially verified. They were just circulating on social media. But here's the question everyone keeps asking. What does any of this have to do with Erika Kirk? This next part is precisely the moment that made the internet stop and pay attention. The Romanian article that was translated online listed multiple names linked to the military base and suggested that some officials might have been involved in inappropriate conduct that warranted investigation. Again, these were claims from local newspapers, not verified facts. The article specifically mentioned Commander Otto Buscher and Senior Platoon Leader Lloyd Sparks as people whose names came up during the reporting. And here's where things get particularly uncomfortable for those following the Erika story. Erika's Romanian Angels promo on her old Vimeo page concludes with a thank you message to Colonel Buscher. That exact name appearing in both places had viewers online reacting strongly. To add to the intrigue, the same Romanian newspaper later published another piece featuring a photo of Colonel Otto Buscher standing alongside Lloyd Sparks. That second article claimed that Buscher allegedly attempted to delete certain files from translator Anna Maria's computer, specifically translations of conversations she believed pointed to unprofessional conduct. Once again, these were claims reported by Romanian media, not verified conclusions, and nothing was officially confirmed. Still, the fact that the names mentioned in the older Romanian reporting matched the names appearing in Erika's charity video is exactly why the story exploded online. People felt like they'd uncovered something far bigger than a simple charity promo. Every new detail only made the discussion grow louder and more intense. The way this story keeps expanding, with each connection, whether confirmed or just a lead, has the internet buzzing nonstop. And it didn't end there, because the translated article turned up even more dramatic claims. It reported that Anna Maria submitted an audio recording in which someone named Mark Boggs allegedly threatened her, warning her to step back from the situation unless she wanted trouble. Once again, these were claims from Romanian media, not confirmed facts. Still, the mere mention of such recordings sent the internet into a frenzy. The deeper people dug into this network, the more tangled and confusing it all seemed. The speculation only intensified when people remembered Erika's family has strong military connections, adding even more intrigue. Observers noted that Erika's mom, Lori, appeared to be involved with the Romanian Angels Project too, with a photo surfacing from 2013 showing her visiting the same orphanage. Then the story took yet another wild twist when an audio clip started circulating on social media. It featured a Romanian woman sharing her personal thoughts on foreign charities operating in her country. She claimed that over the years, some of these organizations had been involved in questionable practices and even mentioned a figure suggesting more than 80,000 orphans were taken out of Romania. Of course, these were just her opinions, not verified statistics or official records. The clip immediately caught fire online, with people scrambling to connect, cross-reference old details, and piece together a bigger picture, even though nothing in it has been proven. When you combine the old news articles, the charity footage, the family connections, and now this audio, it created a whirlwind of theories and speculation that the internet can't stop dissecting. This whole saga keeps getting more tangled, and every new piece of info, true or not, has everyone glued to their screens. Erika works with people who have their own extensive networks, which is exactly why the chatter online isn't stopping. But let's be clear. There's absolutely no verified evidence that Erika had any awareness of the things mentioned in those old Romanian news reports. There's also no confirmed connection showing she knew anything about the rumors surrounding that military base. None of it has ever been proven, and it's important to separate fact from speculation. What's really fueling the buzz is the way Candace Owens is dropping hints about sketchy ministries, unusual partnerships, Romania, and certain pastors who publicly associate with Erika. She's not outright accusing Erika of anything, but she's highlighting patterns that have people wondering if there's a bigger story waiting to come out. The whole situation feels layered, mysterious, and confusing enough that the internet has gone full-on detective mode. Right now, viewers feel like key details are being kept under wraps, and that's why everyone is analyzing every new hint that emerges. Whether it leads somewhere or turns out to be nothing, the discussion isn't slowing down anytime soon.